This video is going to go over finding surface area and volume of prisms, and I'm going to focus on rectangular prisms. So first thing, just a reminder from last year, we covered this. A prism is a polyhedron consisting of two parallel congruent faces called bases. So these are all different kinds of prisms. You can see a triangular prism, the two bases are the triangles, and then they're connected by these rectangular faces. Here we have a rectangular prism. You can see the two bases are rectangles, and then these are all the rest of the faces. Here's a cube. The two bases are squares, and then all the rest of them are faces. And then we have a pentagonal prism. The two bases are pentagons, and they're connected by rectangular sides or faces. And this one is a hexagonal prism. The two bases are hexagons, and then do you see all the faces are rectangles? So these are some examples of prisms. We're going to focus today on just rectangular prisms and cubes. Okay guys, today we're going to be working on finding the surface area of a rectangular prism. So surface area means you take the area of every single face on a rectangular prism or any kind of prism, and you find the area of each of the bases and you add them together. So for instance, I would find the area of this face, which is the front, and it's just a rectangle, so I do base times height, and then I'd add that together with the back. That would be the same. The top, the bottom, and the two sides. So that is surface area. Now I just want to show you real quick, if I had a rectangular prism here, and if I unfolded it, just so I can show you what it would look like. I showed you some of these last year, but this is called a net. So a net is where you take a 3D shape and you kind of change it into a 2D shape. So this would be a net for a rectangular prism. This can help you find the surface area if you want to draw the net out first. Otherwise, you can just do the front, the back, top, bottom, and the two sides. Alright, so if I want you to find the surface area of this rectangular prism, what you need to do is try to find the area of every single one of the bases. So if you could picture like a box or something, you know that there's the top and the bottom of the box. There's the two sides, and then there's the front, and then the back. Okay, so we need to find the area of each one of those. So I'm going to kind of do a little bit of shading to help us kind of see these. So I'm going to start with the bottom. You guys can see I'm kind of shading this bottom in. Now the nice thing is that the bottom is the exact same as the top. So I'm going to find the area of the bottom. So if I look at the bottom, it looks like it's 2 by 10. So the area of the bottom is 20 centimeters. It's just a rectangle. Okay, so the top is also 20. Okay, now let's come to the sides. I'll just kind of shade in the side. Do you see this side right here? Okay, there's two of those sides. I see it looks like it's 2 by, this height is 5, so 2 by 5 would give me 10. So the sides are each 10, so 10 and 10. Okay, now I just need the front and the back. All right, and again, they're going to be the same. So I'll start with the front. I'll kind of shade the front in so you can see it. So the front would be right here, going all the way across, and it looks like it's 10, and then by 5, which is 50. So the front is 50, and the back also has an area of 50. Okay, so now all I need to do is put all of those together because it's the area of all the sides. That's surface area. So if I add those all up, I have 20 plus 20 plus 10 plus 10 plus 50 plus 50, and I end up with 160. So my surface area is 160 centimeters, and surface area is squared. Okay, so there is my surface area of that rectangular prism. Alright, so volume is the amount of space inside a solid figure. So if you take a look at my water bottle here, you can see inside it, it is full of water. That's another word for that is capacity. So volume is how much something holds inside a solid figure. So mine's about half full, but that is the volume. I could also take this rectangular prism here. Okay, you can see it's a rectangular prism. The volume would be, I could fill this up with water, how much it could hold inside here. I could fill it up with pins, but it's how much it holds, or the capacity. Okay, so last year we learned that there is a volume formula that will work for prisms. And this is what it is. It's volume equals capital B times H. Now, you might want to put this in your notes. The B stands for the area of the base. So whatever shape you're working with, whatever the base is, you have to find the area of it, and then you multiply it by the height. Now, just so you guys know, the height has to go from base to base. Okay, so it has to connect the two bases. And I showed you this last year. So the volume formula, again, is area of the base times the height. So let's say I have this rectangular prism and I want to find the volume. So what you can do is you can find the base. I'll just kind of shade that in. It's down here. You have to find the area of it. Well, it's pretty easy. It's a rectangular prism. So it's just 4 times 6 because it's a rectangle. And then times the height. And the height, you see it connects this top base to the bottom base is 7. So really I'm just timesing all of them. 4 times 6 times 7. And I get, for the volume, 168. And then I didn't give you a label, we'll just say it's centimeters. And it would be centimeters cubed. So volume is always cubed. And just as a quick reminder, that this number tells us what's the capacity of this rectangular prism. 168 centimeters cubed. In this example, we are going to be trying to find the missing height this time. So we know the volume is 240 centimeters cubed. We want to see if we can find this height. So what I would do, you can kind of guess and check on this one, but during this unit, you're going to be needing to use the equation quite a bit. So I usually start by writing out the equation. Volume equals the area of the base times the height. Okay, I'm going to fill in what I know. I know the volume is 240. I'll put that for the V. The area of the base, I do know that. Here's the base. That area is 20, so I can fill that in. And then I don't know the height, so I'll just put an H. Okay, now I'm just going to solve this like a normal equation. I'm going to divide both sides by 20. So that makes 1. So H equals 240 divided by 20. That is 12. So my height is 12 centimeters. All right, if you guys need more practice, please go in the Need More Practice folder in folder number 1. And there are more videos that you can check out. You can also ask Ms. Hoyen for help or one of your classmates, or rewatch one of the examples from the video.